We start today with the bombing of a hospital in Gaza. Now, I don't want to make the focus of this the emails I got, but received many emails overnight saying, David, I'm sure you won't cover this story. This story is not useful to your narrative. You're not going to talk about it. And of course, as soon as it happened, I knew I would be covering it. Now, it is not at this time clear who did this bombing. Now, you might be hearing me say that and saying, no, David, I saw this person on Twitter. I saw that person on Twitter saying it was definitely Israel, or it was definitely Islamic Jihad or Hamas. At this time, my assessment of all of the reporting that we have is we don't know who did this. Now, it is a deplorable action no matter who did it. And the reminders that I think are most important from this story, and we'll go through the details in a moment, are that in a situation such as this one, where there is a concurrent and parallel propaganda war alongside the actual war, the benefits of following these situations minute by minute are often not useful and sometimes even counterproductive, where people start hurling definitive statements absent actual evidence that then generate secondary and tertiary lines of propaganda. So I would urge calm. All of a sudden, everybody's a weapons expert online and knows about ordnance, the same way that when COVID started, all of a sudden, everybody's an epidemiologist and a virologist and so on and so forth. What we know about this bombing of a hospital in Gaza yesterday has already changed many, many times. The initial story was Israel deliberately bombed a hospital and 500 people are dead. An hour later, it was 700 people are dead. An hour after that, it was 900 or even 1,000 people are dead and many more are injured. And then all of a sudden, video surfaced, including on Al Jazeera, which is not a news outlet, along with RT and many others that I look to for news, but a video surfaced on Al Jazeera, which really didn't look like this came from Israel. Rather, it looked like it came from within Gaza, which of course could be Hamas. It could be the group Islamic Jihad, which operates from within Gaza. Israel denied that they did this. Now, even that is a source of controversy. What does it tell us that Israel denied this? Well, sometimes Israel has initially denied things that they did and ultimately admitted to them. Many times, Israel will say it was us and a mistake was made, or we're sorry, or whatever the case may be, and then everybody is furious. So the fact that Israel denied it is also not definitive proof one way or the other. Some are alleging Israel bombed the hospital on purpose with the plan to blame Hamas all along. If that's true, it's a very stupid plan, especially since immediately everyone blamed Israel. The entire Arab world is still blaming Israel, even though many respectable news outlets have now changed their headlines and said, blame is being traded. We don't know who did this. The New York Times, for example, realizing maybe they got it wrong, changed their initial headline, which was Israeli airstrike hits Gaza hospital, killing 500, Palestinian Health Ministry says. That was the original headline. They switched the headline to Israel and Palestine blame each other for Gaza hospital blast. We then had subsequent reports. Remember that initially the reports were 500 dead, 700 dead, 900 dead. Those reports have been updated to say 500 casualties, but with a casualty defined as a death or an injury. And of course, 500 injured versus 900 dead are two very different things. Initial reporting that it was the hospital itself that was blown up have to some degree been updated and supplanted by reports that really this was in the parking lot and that the number of dead may actually be far smaller. Now, none of this changes that whoever bombed the hospital, whether it was Israel on purpose or Hamas or Islamic Jihad accidentally because of a failed launch, or Hamas or Islamic Jihad, this would be horrible, for some other reason in order to generate. There's every instance of speculation is there. You can find everything from Israel did it on purpose to Hamas did it on purpose to blame Israel. Okay, no matter who did it and no matter the number dead and injured, it's all a deplorable tragedy that we all grieve. Okay, but when you look on Twitter, the platform, it's now called X, used to be called Twitter, and you look at the tweets, they used to be called tweets, now we call them excretions, where you have people telling you this is the truth about what happened. Listen, the noise that Hamas rockets make is different than what you hear in the video. Therefore, it couldn't possibly be Hamas. Or we have audio of the conversation where Islamic Jihad says it was us. Whatever it is that you see these experts, so-called experts, and they're not experts claiming, these are people who know nothing more than I know. Okay. And the difference is I'm telling you, we don't know at this time definitively who did it. I'm not going to name any names. Don't want to give them attention. But there are people who just do what I do. They just talk on a microphone and look stuff up on the internet at the end of the day, who are saying this definitely was or this definitely was not Israel, Hamas, Islamic Jihad. It's just not clear at this point in time. Now, what I would like to see is an independent group of experts go to the hospital and examine the evidence. And that should be able to definitively show where the rocket came from. If Palestinians demand such experts go, and Israel says, we don't need that, that would potentially be a red flag. Ultimately, this is in Palestinian territory. So if Israel says we need an independent group of experts to go and look, and Hamas refuses to allow experts in, that would also tell us something. There is a long list of times that Hamas or Islamic Jihad have had these failed rocket launches that end up landing in Gaza and hurting people. And there are also times that Israel has denied doing something that at the end of the day, we find out that they did do. Right now, we really can't say with certainty one way or the other. And any of the people who have no more access than I do to information, who are claiming to tell you with certainty what happened, as of this moment, right? It's October 18th. We're recording this in the late morning, early afternoon. Right now, it is not possible to definitively say what happened. There are people who, rather than accuracy, have speed and sensationalism as their primary objectives. Either way, this is worthy of a report. The political context and the repercussions would be different depending on who did it. Once I have more information, I will certainly come to you with it. Who will be angry with this report of mine? Well, I'll tell you who. There will be people on both sides who will say, David, you are deliberately pretending that we don't know who did it in order to defend one side or the other, probably Israel. That's not what I'm doing. What I'm telling you is the original reporting has changed, and we just don't know at this time what the truth of it is, no matter what Twitter ordnance experts claim to be telling you. Budgeting can be a tough thing for a lot of people to stay disciplined about, but our sponsor Cube makes it much easier. The Cube app lets you easily separate your budget into categories called cubes, and then make all of your purchases from your cubes with your Cube debit card. Let's say you've budgeted $1,000 a month for groceries. You're at the grocery store, you're ready to spend, say, $250. You choose the grocery cube in the app. That'll make the money available on the card. As soon as you process the card, your grocery cube will then show the remaining balance of $750. And the card can't be used until you greenlight the purchase, which prevents theft. You can always see how much you have left in each cube. You can avoid overspending. Cube has joint accounts and debit cards for kids, so you can plan and save together. Your kids can make purchases that you've authorized in advance without borrowing your credit card. The average Cube user saves $440 a month just from being more conscious and aware of their spending. You can try the Cube Premium or Family Plan completely free for 2 months at davidpakman.com/money. The link is down below.